Hello, here is your lower body strength, stability and mobility workout. In this workout you need a set of dumbbells. I have a set of heavy dumbbells. If you have a few sets, grab them. If you only have one, grab them. You can do it with that as well, no problem. I also have a yoga block, but you can use a book or anything else, just something that you have your heels a bit elevated off the floor for. The format of the workout will have 4 circuits. Each circuit has 4 moves. The first and the third move are the same thing, but just done on one side and the other. And then the last move is a bodyweight mobility move, and you repeat each set twice. So you go through once, go through again, we'll have a rest, and then we'll get new moves. We're gonna warm up, we'll cool down, and let's get going. So we're just gonna start with some good mornings. So we're gonna send the hips back and bring them up. We're doing this because we're doing some deadlifts, waking up the legs, waking up those hips, and it's really nice stretch for the lower back, especially if you've been sat down all day. It's a really nice one, keeping the shoulders back, just hinging back and forth. So today we're in the workout, we're just going for a nice slow tempo, or we're working for 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off, classic strength intervals there. I don't want you to think of going super fast. I want you really to slow and steady in the movements. Let's go for one more here. Hinging back and up. We're just going to come and do some nice squats just to wake up the legs, coming down and coming up to standing. With these exercises today, I'm doing stability. So one of the exercises in the 4 is working on stability, so maybe it's a little bit offset, a little bit balance challenge. The second exercise, we're going for a little bit of a mobility, adding a little bit of mobility twist, probably most likely looking at our hips. And then, yeah, the last one will be full-blown mobility bodyweight situation. So it's so nice to train adding in these elements, because I think sometimes we forget to mobilize the body a little bit. Let's go for one more squat. Lovely jubbly. We're just going to come to the bottom of the mat. We'll roll down through the spine. Think of rolling through the head, the upper back, the mid back, the low back, the hips, and then roll back up again. When you do this move, it's so tempting to go straight to the hips, but I really want you to think of each part of your spine rolling down and then rolling back up. Let's do that one more time. We're going to roll down through the spine, hold at the bottom. Let's walk the hands out to a nice plank position. We're just going to take the knees down. I'm going to do some knee circles. So we're going to start with the right knee, or whichever. I'm going to switch. So we're just drawing a nice circle with that knee, waking up the hip, opening out, keeping the rest of the body nice and still. And then I want you to reverse your circle, going backwards, out and round. Try to keep the thigh nice and high for this one. Already mobilizing, look at us go. That's it, let's go for one more on that leg. And then let's switch. I'm circling around and out. And really think of rotating the knee. Think of like drawing a big circle with the knee rather than the foot. Just to think of keeping that thigh nice and high. Let's go for one more in that direction, and then we're going to reverse. So going back and round. Really getting the hips nice and lubricated. It's really tough on the hips, our day-to-day lives, sitting down a lot. One more. Very nice. We're just going to stay on all fours. If it's too much for your wrist, just come down onto your forearms, that's fine. Staying on all fours, we're just going to hinge, leg open and close. We're going to wake up the glutes a little bit. So a little hydrant. Open, close. Keep the body nice and still. Open, close. So one more. And then we're going to poke the ceiling and down. So think up and back, squeeze the glute, back down. Try not to arch the back as well. Just one more there, and then we'll switch. So hinging open and close. So you can see Okay, this way so you can see I'm coming up to the side and down. So my knee's in line with my knee. I'm trying to keep the body nice and still. Trying not to rock from side to side. One more there. And think of squeezing from the glute, and we're going to go poke the ceiling. So I'm coming, hinging up, squeezing my glute at the top, and I'm coming back down. And down. Let's go for one more there. I'm just going to come tuck the toes and hover the knees. I'm going to stretch back into a down dog, into the shoulders, opening up the back as well, and then come back on to hover the knees. Just waking up the body a bit, waking up the hamstrings. I know this is a lower body exercise, so we are going to be holding on to the weights. So important to wake up the upper body and the core as well. One more. And down. Let's hold this down dog and pedal through the heels, waking up those hamstrings. And walk the hands back up to the feet. And I'm going to roll up again to standing. Nice and slow and steady, rolling up through the spine. You're going to wake up the upper body a bit more. It's going to hinge over and just flap the arms, waking up the back. Keep the ribs nice and tight and in. Flat, back and forth. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's roll up again. Okay, feeling nice and warm. I'm going to have a sip of water. The first exercise, we're going to do squats. Have your block ready. And I'll grab your dumbbells and I'll show you your first exercise. So we're going to have one dumbbell down to the side, one dumbbell up. The dumbbell that's down, we're going to just pop the heel as well for a little bit more added instability. Then we're going to go heels on the block into a little cyclist squat. So standing up nice and tall, front rack one of your dumbbells. If you only have one dumbbell, hold it in your popped heel hand, heeled side. Okay, so we're going to squat down and up. The stability challenge here is keeping that weight nice and even though you've got one dumbbell up, front racked, you've got one to the side, and you've got your heel popped. So think slow and steady. We're just warming up those legs, warming up that core as well, because you'll feel it stabilize you. Got 10 more seconds here. Down and up. 5 more seconds. And up and rest. I'm going to pop those dumbbells down. I'm going to grab my block. I'm just going to place my heels on the block, so I'm sort of on my tiptoes. Now, if you've got a book, it doesn't have to be very high. Legs are going to be narrower than normal. Here's our mobility. So we're going to get much lower in our squat with our heels elevated. So we're going to go down and you're going to push up. And I want you to think of keeping that back, lower back steady. Resist this little twerk that we like to do when we squat down and up. Slowly, slowly. Almost there. Squat down and up. Take it slow. Down and up. Got 4 more seconds. Let's fit one more in and up and rest. So that exercise, I really like a cyclist squat. I'm just going to move my block to the side. I did it at an angle so you can see, because you can really, the higher you elevate your heels, the more you can get into your squat, because your ankles can go up. We're swapping that side. Ooh, this way. Got my left heel up. And let's go. Down and up. Now, we're going to do this, and then we're going to repeat. We'll do our mobility one next. Then we'll repeat all 4 of these exercises to round off a little squat. So remember what I said, heavy means slow tempo. If If having the heel up is too much, pop it down. Got 10 more seconds. Down and up. Final 5. Core is engaged and up. Okay, drop the dumbbells down. We're going to come into a nice yogi squat. So we're going to be feet nice and wide, no weights. I'm going to squat down. I'm going to open out our arms to the side. So catch your breath. And here we go. So let's squat down nice and low. And we're going to just put one elbow on the inside of the other thigh, open up into a little twist. Going to switch, twist. Going to bring both arms up. We're going to stand. So go down, elbow, twist open. Other side, rotate the spine, reach. Both arms up, stand. Let's go again. One more round, reach. Twist, stay nice and low, reach, both arms up, stand, and rest there. Okay, we're gonna do that all over again, starting from the top. So, I had my left heel, right heel pop to start with. If you're mirroring me, that's a nice, easy way to keep track, because obviously my left is your right, and I find it really hard to do the opposite. Okay, let's do it. 2, 1, and squatting down. Last time for this side. Slow and steady. Up. Squat, squat, squat. Stand. Show you from the side. Shoulders back. Squat down. Stand. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. 15 seconds. Luxuriate in your squat. 10 more seconds left. Squat down, stand, last one, stand. Okay, pop those down, grab my block. I'm gonna do it from the front this time. Last time for this move, heels on, got 10 seconds. So it's really mobilizing the hips, keeping that back nice and still. Grab your weights, going in 3, 2, oh, off we go. Going down. Check your knees are tracking with your toes as well. So want everything in line as you squat down and stand up. So this is mobilizing and stabilizing the whole shebang. Down and up. Got about 15 more seconds. Then we're squatting on that other side. This move is also really quad dominant. So if you're trying to strengthen the front of your thighs, last one, rest. If you're trying to strengthen the front of your thighs, that's a really, really good one. You can lose the block because you can feel the weights coming forward. You can really get the front of them. So if you have some knee strengthening, you can practice that with body weight as well. Okay, let's go. And down. And 40 more seconds. Then we're moving on to that lovely stretch for the spine and the hips. Don't worry in that move if you can't get your heels on the floor. No problem. Hear my knees clicking. Talk about mobilize. Down and up. About 10 more seconds. Breathing, inhaling down. Exhale, let's go for one more. Inhaling down, exhaling up. Dumbbells to the side. Got that nice wide yogi squat or sumo squat. In 10 seconds, catch your breath. Let the heart rate come down a little. It's all gloomy today. It's quite nice to be honest. 2, 1, let's go. We go, we'll do it, start with the arms up. Squat down with the arms up. Bring the arms inside. Rotate. Think of rotating the spine. Use your other hand to help. Arms up, challenging that alignment of that spine. I'll show you from this side. We go down, arms in, rotate and open, switch, rotate and open, switch, bring the arms back up, and reach. And last one, down, rotate, rotate, and stand. Whoo. Rest, sip water. Let's rest there. Got about a minute and a bit to rest. I'm being generous today because we're working quite heavy on those 4 moves. And now, next up, we're going into some lunge, a lunge series, which is going to be fun. So we're going to start with a little goblet lunge. So imagine I'm holding my dumbbell here, just so I'm not having to hold it the whole time. So we're going to do a split lunge. So legs are going to stay nice and wide. We're going to go down. We're going to straighten. Then we're going to rotate that back leg. So it's like like yoga and warrior 2. So you rotate, rotate back, and then lunge back down. That's our move. Our second move, we're going to hold both the dumbbells. We're going to start on the ground, and then we're going to push up through the front leg to a knee balance, back down, and stand. So you start low, push up, back down, and stand. So those are our 2 moves. Got about 10 seconds. So grab just one of your dumbbells, have the other one handy. I'm going to put my right leg back, holding it nice and tight. Let's do it. We're going to split lunge, 2 legs on train tracks, split lunge, straighten the leg, rotate, ooh, come back, lunge, up. So yeah, lunge, straighten, leaning in, rotate, coming back, lunge, up. About 10 more seconds. Oh, lunge, straighten, rotate, cores tight, coming back, lunge, straighten, rotate, come back. Woo, I almost fall over. And stand. Okay, so grab both your weights. We're gonna alternate this time, starting on the ground. So I'm gonna pop these down. I'm gonna start here. So this is a challenge, having that coming straight from the floor. So let's do it. Back heels tucked, push through that front leg, balance, whoop, balance challenge, down, stand, reverse, hold, step up, balance, reverse, switch. So you're really powering up through that front leg. Hold your balance for a second as well. Reverse, stepping up, reverse, stand, less than 10 seconds to go. Reverse, stepping up, reverse, and rest. Just drop those dumbbells down. I'll switch sides. And with that goblet, really hold the goblet tight as you turn. We're rotating the back leg. We're keeping that front leg facing forwards. So you end up in like a little T position. Okay, grab that weight. Nice wide stance. Let's do it. We go down. We straighten the leg. We rotate. We come back. We come down again. We straighten. Rotate. Come back. We come down. So that split lunge. Up. Make sure those shoulders are back. Rotate. 10 seconds. Lunge. Lengthen. Rotate. 3 seconds. Coming back and down. Woo! That's spicy, isn't it? Okay, swap those dumbbells to the side. Let's do our body weight business. So I'm going to do world's greatest stretch, or like a low lunge twist, alternating sides. Going to be a nice plank position. Let's get into that plank. So have knees up or down for this. Let's step the right foot to the right outside of the right hand. Left heel is jutting back. We're going to open out. We're going to plant the palm. We're going to step back. We're going to push into a little down dog and switch side. So we open, bring the hand down, down dog, and switch. So a little, nice little transition move through that down dog. And then again, we're rotating the spine, opening up the hips, opening up those shoulders. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Come up to standing. Grab one dumbbell. We're gonna do that all over again. Okay, grabbing this. We've got 10 seconds. Now a little rest. We've got that goblet, lunge, hinge, twist. Okay, we're going in 3 seconds of setting up, holding it nice and tight, shoulders back, split lunge. Here we go, down, reach, rotate, high, come back, and back down, reach. So that weight stays in that front leg. You feel it opening as you rotate that back leg and shine your heart to the side. Whenever I do any sort of yoga move, I'm always reminded of all the the yoga lingo. Shine your heart forwards. It works for me. Last one, twist, back and down. Okay, weights to the side. My weights, look how sweaty I am. They're completely dripping, guys. Okay, so got that step up. So we're starting from the floor. It's a full step up. If you have to, you can start at hover, no problem. 2, 1. Last time for this move now. Push up, balance, come back down, stand. Lower with control. Push. And I'm pushing off my front leg, not my back leg. In a lunge, the working leg is that front leg. It's not the back leg. About 15 more seconds to go. Lunge. Power up, balance. Come back down. Cores nice and tight. Stand. Again. Last one, I think. Got about 3 seconds. Down. Stand. Woo. Okay. Gonna pop the dumbbell to the side. You can come to this side. That split lunge. Got my right leg forward. Left leg back, got 5 seconds. Let's grab that dumbbell. It's nice and wide with the feet. Here we go. So we come down. We straighten the back leg, leaning forward. We rotate, opening out. We rotate, coming back. And we come back down. Reach. Rotate. Back, whoop. Mind the movement in the foot. Rotate. 15 seconds here. Down. Last time for this move. Lift. Rotate. Down. Lift. Rotate. 3 more seconds. Finish this one off. Down. And dumbbells down. Okay. 15 seconds. So we've got that lunge, lunge, twist, lunge, twist. And if you're really tight in the hamstrings, my goodness, look at this. You're really tight in the hamstrings. Keep the back leg down, okay? You might find a bit more room. So here we go. We step out, rotate same arm as leg, look up, bring it back down, down dog, and switch. Rotate open, bring it back, switch. Rotate. If the down dog's too much, you can give me a little child's pose, switch. Got about 10 more seconds. Keep sinking into the hips. You want to open up the hips, mobilizing them. Jump that back heel backwards. 2, 1, heel, knees down. Come off the wrist for a second and have a sip of water. Okay, that's round 2 done. Squats are complete. Lunges are complete. Guess what's next? Got some deadlifts. Oh yeah, okay. So, we're doing a little kickstand deadlift. So you're gonna need 1 dumbbell. So one foot's gonna be behind the other. Just a little bit. It's not so wide that this turns into a split lunge. Just a tiny bit to keep yourself balanced. So we're gonna go split lunge. And then a single leggy. And in the single leg, I am bringing that dumbbell to the outside, towards the outside of that foot. So it's like a little, I'll do this with the kickstand. It's like a little rotation to come up. So it's challenging us a little bit more. If you're okay with just the hovering of the leg for that stability, go for it, okay? And if you're okay with the kickstand only, all good. And then we're going to be doing something for the inner thighs. We're doing some sumo deadlifts. That's it, nice and simple. Nothing cray-cray. Okay, and then some 90-90s, which is a lovely hip move. Okay, let's grab the weight and let's do it. So one heels, one on the tiptoe one side, core's tight. We hinge back and up, and we hover, bringing that dumbbell towards the side and up. Hinge. Rotate, find the balance, keep that toe down. Hinge. And about 10 more seconds, rotate. Hinge. You might even decide, you know what, you want to go body weight, perfect this move. Whoop, whoop. Last one, and rest. Okay, resting, we're going to grab both dumbbells for our sumo deadlifts. So sumo deadlifts, just going to be sumo RDLs, I guess, Romanian deadlifts. Legs are just nice and wide, heels in, and then we're going to work in that place there. So let's grab our weights and we're going to hinge the hips back, coming forwards and stand. Keep the back nice and straight, core pulling in, feel the stretch of those inner thighs. Hinge, hinge, hinge. Hinge, hinge, hinge. 15 more seconds here. Let the knees bend. Keep the core engaged. Really taxing on the core these moves, especially the hinging ones. And rest. Okay, we're going to the other side. Oops, threw my dumbbell down. Going to the other side. I'll show you from this direction. So catch breath, got about 10 seconds. I keep looking over here because that's all the time is, so I'm not trying to ignore you guys. We've got 5 seconds to go. So, kickstand, and let's do it. So your dumbbell is in the side where the leg is. Kickstood. Balance, 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 stability. Hinging back. Down. Hinge. We're really thinking of just sending those hips back. 10 seconds. Down. Hinge and rotate. Down. So last one. And rest. Okay, so put the dumbbells to the side and come down to the floor. Come into a nice 90-90 legs. So think one leg, legs in 90 degrees at 90 degrees. We're going to be coming up into like a hinge, little thrust, and then we're going to swap the legs to each side. Let's bring the legs nice and wide, drop the knees to one side. We're going to push forwards into a little thrust, come down. You can use your hands to help rotate to the other side and thrust up. So I'm facing the shin of the leg in front, using my glutes to get up, and you can use your hands like this as well if you need to, and if just going between one side like this of your 90-90 is enough, because it's a very taxing, very, very hard on the hips. Let's go for one more, then please we'll just windscreen wiper the legs. Sorry, that thrust synced with the timer, very pleasing. Okay, let's do that again. Tell you what I find a 90-90 really satisfying because I couldn't do them for so long, and then the more you practice, the looser these hips get. We're going in 2 seconds, but it's one I'd really advise if you know you've got really tight hips to really practice that one, because it would really help opening up those really tight hips. Like, I mean, hips and shoulders seems to be the big complaint of all of our generations in this day and age. because our backs are always hunched looking down at screens or driving or whatever. 5 more seconds. I'm going to finish this one off. Hinge, twist, rest. Okay, that's Sumo Deadlift. Grabbing those weights in a sec. So yeah, 90-90. So the aim is to try and get the legs at 90 degrees. If they're not, don't worry. It's the intention of that 90-90. Okay, we've got 3 seconds. Set up, heels in, toes out, weights in front, send the hips back. Nice straight back. Stand. Hips back. Feel the sits bones opening up as you go down. Those glutes firing up as you come back up. Core's nice and tight. If you're finding this is hurting your lower back, drop down to 1 weight and practice the movement a bit more, because it is a tricky one. Lots of core going on. Do 1 more here. Down, down, down. Stand. Wonderful. Okay, drop that dumbbell. We're going to 1. What are you doing again? Oh yeah, kickstand. Kickstand. Okay. About 10 seconds rest. Catch that breath. I'm wearing like shorts that definitely show the sweat patches, and I'm just waiting for the moment, because although it's muggy, it's humid. Let's go. Hinge. Sorry, I'm not giving very. Hopefully you can hear the dings, because I am. I'm being terrible at giving you clues to stop. I should say at the beginning, I will talk too much, so listen out for the timer. Ooh, and twist. Whoa. We fall down, but we carry on. Carry on. This is my less stable side. 6 seconds. Last one. Rest. Okay, dumbbell to the side. 90-90. So come down to the mat. Brush it off with any crumbs that you seem to find. I spilt like a huge jar of lentils like 6 months ago, and I swear I'm still finding lentils everywhere. Okay, so you can start feet nice and wide. I'm going to drop the hips to the side. Then we come up and thrust up. Come down, and you can use your hands to twist and up. So I'm facing the other shin as I twist. And if you want to challenge yourself, you can keep the arms up the whole time. Bring them round. As a little robot 90. 10 seconds. Oh my gosh, so many sound effects. Keep going, 5 seconds. Thrust those hips up, open up, and rest. Ah, good. We're down here. Perfect, because we're going to be down here for the rest of the session. So I'm going to have some water. Our first exercise, we're doing a weighted clamshell now, or oyster. It's heavy, as we know, and we're trying our best to stay up in the core here, so I don't want to see any of this. I want to lift from the floor, feet in line with the bum, and knees are quite bent, so resist being like here. You want to bring your legs up so they're sort of like a little, so 90, just past 90 basically. I'm going to grab that weight at the top, balance it on that hip, and you're going to open it and close it. We're going to open it and close it. I can feel that burn already. So that's the move. Are we going to open and close it like this? No, we're going to hinge it open and close. That's what we're going to do. We're going to open it, we're going to hinge it to parallel, toes to toe, knee to knee. That's what's going on. Okay, so I've got my weight just balancing on my thigh. I'm lifting up through my core, looking straight ahead. I'm going to think, keep the toes together. I'm going to open, rotate, externally rotate that hip. Then I'm going to bring that back foot up to parallel. Then I'm going to bring that back foot down. And then we're going to close it again. Woof, woof. Let's go. Open. Open. down, and down. So this is a lot of time under tension for that little hippie. Rotate open, bring it parallel, bring it back down, and rest. Oh, what? I added in that extra little, so you're opening, then you're bringing it back to parallel, so it's in a book basically, if your legs were a book. Then bring the toe back to toe, then you close it again. We're coming down onto our backs into a bridge. You're going to place the weight onto the hips. We're bridging up, and we're simply going to lift one leg in line with the other leg and place it back down. So here we're adding a bit of instability. We're staying up with the hips, so the front of the hips are nice and mobile. We're strengthening that back. We're not coming up too far, so we're keeping the spine out of it, but keeping those hips nice and open. And lift, lengthen that leg away. Try to keep as level with the hips as possible. So as you transfer the weight, you're trying not to bring any more movement where you're holding that weight. Oh, coming down. I think I like this move. I always like, everyone seems to actually prefer the moves where we're just on the ground. Not gonna lie, I'm very much enjoying this segment. Okay, so coming down. Keep the toes together. Check nice core. Gonna open. Gonna bring it to parallel. You're gonna bring it back down and bring it back close. I'm gonna move that dumbbell, make it a bit harder. I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna bring it parallel. Close it. So knees open. Toe comes up. Toe comes down. Knee comes down. Open. Toe. Check the upper body is nice and strong. Open. Last one. Hover. Toe to toe. Ooh, close. Let's go back to that. Oh no, our mobility move. My bad. Coming onto your front. We're just going to put our heads down. Toes in the tummy. Feet are going to be together. Knees about just wider than hip distance. And we're going to lift the thighs off the ground. Squeeze the bum. And then come back down again. So trying to keep upper body nice and relaxed. We're just raising the thighs up, squeeze the glutes, and down. So we're mobilizing the hips, but it's also super strengthening all those glutes. But I want everyone to keep pushing your pelvis into the floor, protect that lower back, okay? So you might not go far in the slightest, but that's okay. Think of pointing those feet up towards the ceiling, little froggy feet. Last one, finishing that off, and down. Woo. And again, coming to your first side. This is the last round, guys. We made it. We're going to bring, if you have your weight closer to your knee, it's going to be a bit harder. So if you want to challenge a little bit more cores engaged, we're going to open. We're going to raise up. We're going to go knee to knee, toe to toe, sorry. And then we're going to rotate back closed. So rotating open, hover, rotate closed, and back down. So I've got loads of core because I'm trying not to roll my pelvis forwards or back. So I'm trying to keep the squeeze of my glute going as well. Can you hear the shaking of my voice? Good. Open, hover, toe to toe, and down, and rest. Okay, we've got that bridge now. Oops. Sorry, neighbours. They're coming down. Let's grab our weights. And I'm just bringing my leg up so my knees stay in line with the other knee. So let's come up into our bridge. Think feet a foot's distant between your feet. Knees in line with hips. And straighten the leg. Bring it down. Controlled. Straighten the leg. Bring it down. Concentrate on those hips. Keep them level. Keep that focus. You feel the glute of the standing leg fire up. Last time for this one. And down. Lengthen. Lower. Lengthen. Lower. We're almost there. Lengthen. Lower. Woo. And down. Okay. Coming up to that oyster on the other side. Swivel round. Check your feet. Grab that weight. Pop it onto your thigh. Elbows on the shoulder. Nice and strong. Pushing your ribs away from the floor. We're going to rotate. We're going to hover. We're going to bring the toe to toe. And we're going to close again. So really thinking of rotating. I'm rotating the hip, not just lifting the leg up. Closed. 10 more seconds. Hover. I'm concentrating a lot for this one because I really want to try and keep my upper body out of it. Last one here. Let's finish it off. Let's finish it. And close. Ooh, okay. Amazing. Let's come on to our front. If you felt this in your lower back at all, I want you to dial back the movement, okay? So just give me a tiny, tiny movement and lots of core. So that's the challenge with this. Lots of core, push the hips into the floor, head down. We're gonna just squeeze up, squeezing the glutes, lower back down again. Coming up, inhaling lower. But keep the tone of the tummy, so keep the core dialed on the whole time. So up, squeeze the glutes, 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 lower down. Up, your glutes, 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 pure glutes. Not pure glutes, it's also lower back, hamstrings, the whole thing. Upper body nice and relaxed. Up, squeeze, down. And I'm just going to bring the legs and just rock them from side to side to release that back. Little windscreen wiper legs. Breathing there. Made it through our workout. We're just going to come and I'm going to stop the timer. Oh no, it stopped itself. We're just going to come into a child's pose. We'll bring the feet together, heels, knees together, and just stretch into a child's pose. Reaching back, breathing. And then just roll up through the spine. Going to come onto all fours. We're just going to stretch, do a few cat-cows to stretch through that lower back. Pushing that floor away. Hips forward, and then let everything sink down. Hips back, shoulders slide back. Let's go again. Coming forward. And then back. Forwards, nice, gently, and back. Good. So then come back, we'll stretch on the floor. So just come onto your backs. And we're going to hug the right knee into the chest and let the left leg go long. Or you can put the left foot down if you're particularly tight in the hamstrings or the hips. There's always an option is to have the other foot closer to your bum. We're going to straighten the right leg, hold behind the thigh. We're just going to draw that leg towards us. Again, you can have the right, you can see if you put your right foot down, there's a bit more space for you to draw the leg in. Keep the shoulders relaxed. And then release that. We're going to take the right foot on the top of the left thigh, lift up the left leg. Right hand goes through the hole, clasp behind the left thigh into a nice figure four stretch. So really think of pushing that left knee into your body as you push the right knee away. Alternative to this is pigeon stretch, or you can do this same thing standing up if you're not lying on your back at the moment. And then we're just going to unravel and switch, keep the left leg. We're going to hug it in for a second. And then straighten it, hold behind the thigh. Really nice. Drawing that leg in, trying to relax into a hamstring stretch is very tricky. We always want to get out of our hamstring stretches. I certainly do. I know the feeling. And then we're going to release that down. Bring the legs nice and wide as your mat, and just drop both knees to one side. Nice twist, and then the other. So this is like a relaxed 90. Relax windscreen wiper legs. Flowing from one side to the other. My back just clicked, lovely. And then come back to center. You can roll to your side, push yourself up, and we're just gonna come to one side and get the quad. So just holding that leg in towards you, send the hips forward. Breathing here, nice and gently. I'm just gonna go over to the other side. Same thing, holding on to that leg. The bottom leg can go out forwards if you like. You can do this standing as well. Nice stretch. Releasing that down. Let's swivel around. Let's come onto all fours. One last time. Tucking the toes. Come up into your down dog. Peeling up. Let's pedal through the heels. Get a nice calf stretch. Ankles as well. Spread the toes. Wiggle them. And then walk the hands to the feet. And slowly roll up through the spine. Woo! That there was your lower body strength, stability and mobility workout. Absolutely smashed it.